Hey everyone, this is my feedback to using KubernetesSimulator.com. As you can see, I purchased CKS Simulated Examination on July 16 for 17 euros. I purchased 2 exam attempts, each has different questions. The price is pretty cheap and I really like it, much cheaper compared to killer.shell. And there's 2 things that I didn't like about this service. The first one is that when I launched the exam, the cloud service provider that's behind this exam simulator, basically the virtual machine, did not start properly and the screen was stuck refreshing for about an hour. So over the course of 1 hour I had to send 3 emails to the customer support before they figured out. They told me that they're actually tracking my session. So I launched it again, it didn't work. They reactivated both of my sessions because I started both. So it's not the problem with the website itself, but basically the virtual machine that hosted my exam did not start properly, so I had to waste about 4 hours before they finally successfully launched it exam attempt. And the user interface is pretty similar to what you would see, and the question difficulty, I felt that they are kind of like really close to what you would see in a CKS, because I already have experience passing the CK and CCAD. And so it was kind of, I felt that the questions were kind of similar to the real CKS examination, not as hard as in the killer.shell. And yeah, this was the first thing. The first thing is that I couldn't start the session, the first session, for 4 hours. So this was a big waste of time for me. The second one is the questions themselves and the grading. So as you can see, my score is 24%, which is pretty low, but it should be higher. I think their scoring, their evaluation of my questions is wrong, because as I was checking my questions, as I was kind of recalling my code, I see that a couple of questions were actually answered properly. I did answer them correctly, but the grading here is wrong. Let me explain. In some, and this is the major issue, in some questions they say you should give the name like this, right? But in the actual answer, they say the name is not deny policy, but just deny. So this is kind of unclear. There are so many typos here, honestly. There are so many typos. It's like they probably don't have good English, but I think they could really fix it in just 15 minutes, right? Some questions are just improperly typed and have typos. Let me show you. So anyways, there's a lot of issues. I actually screenshotted it. I'm gonna give them feedback, showing them that they have like some stupid typos. Sometimes the typos are about the names, like they tell you the name of the pod security policy should be ABCD, and then in the correct answer, the way they evaluate it, they say it's just ABC, right? So there's lots of typos in the actual descriptions, in the question descriptions themselves, and there are typos in the question answers. That's what I'm saying. And some question answers, some answers are kind of not clear. So I'm going to give them feedback. Hopefully they will fix it, because as I was going through all of these, as I was going through the questions, as I was checking my answers, like here, for example, it's profile. It should be profile, right? So they omit the letter E. And it's kind of annoying to see this, but if you see that they tell you the name of your AppArmor profile should be profile, you kind of think that it should be profile because it's bad English, right? So you name it profile, but then they evaluate it as profile, as if it is like Spanish language. So yeah, you can see there's these typos all over the place, and these typos kind of like went into the question answers. Yeah. So these are the 2 red flags that I kind of don't like about this service. These are the 2 major issues with this service. The first one is that the virtual machine did not start properly right away. It was stuck looping and refreshing. And the second one is typos. Otherwise, I kind of like the service, and I think they can make it better. They can really fix it. I'm going to send them the feedback. Anyways, do give it a try. Do try this service. I told you the major issues with this one. Yeah, so cheers.